Namaste and blessings. How are you guys? Welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Nela Maat and I'm feeling truly blessed to be here. Happy lunar eclipse. How are you guys feeling? How's it going? Listen, if you are feeling wonky, if you are feeling like your mind doesn't stop and you're like overthinking, overanalyzing, if you are observing your mind like going into the future and grabbing things from your past and creating a whole situation that then becomes a snowball, right? A mess. Um, okay. Then you're being eclipsed. And now how we experience the eclipse is different, right? I cannot speak for yourself. I'm just saying there's a lot here about the energy of Aquarius, the energy of Pisces, the energy of Virgo. And so it's super important to be aware, to practice mindfulness, to just to be aware and to know that this is what's happening. Um, we are dealing with a lot of uncertainty and change, and it's normal that our vessel, our body is trying to like read into what's going to happen because I have to prepare, because then I have to survive. And there's a lot of change happening, right? The world is a whole thing. And yeah, sometimes, dealing with uncertainty can become something intense, I'm gonna say. And so my intentions with being here is to check in, okay, and is to let you know and remind you that you are safe, that you're protected. Hang in there, pay attention, witness your mind, and pay attention to how you're feeling, but don't go into assuming the worst or becoming pessimistic or being impulsive. Sit with this energy. It is very uncomfortable. It's meant to trigger healing. Healing is not fun, but let it move through you, pass through you, and everything is gonna be okay. Okay? All right. So yeah, fear, worry, concern, right? That energy is definitely present. We have the energy of the Wheel of Fortune, Jupiter in its reverse. Excuse my nails. So Jupiter is going to ask you to expand, to integrate. Jupiter wants for you to bring coherence, but also speaks of cycles, right? So there's a cycle to where Moon in Aquarius, right? We might be trying to intellectualize life events. Okay, so some of you might be intellectualizing or over analyzing life events. So we have to pay attention to what is your relationship with your mind. But there's also an aspect here to where we are being called to become aware of what is not working and to think about strategy. Okay, if I had been relating to this project, to this situation, or to my emotions in some kind of way, well, what is no longer serving me? How can I expand? Aquarius, Jupiter is going to take you into a journey of learning the new. And so being open and being receptive and honoring the cycle you're in becomes super important. This is saying, hey, there's a cycle here. There's a cycle of, or to where, sorry, we have to revise. We have to review what's truly happening. Is our perception and perspective, coming from the right point of view. All right. Mars in Aries with dominion, right? We want to pay attention to control. We want to pay attention to being forceful, to I'm here in power, right? How are you exercising your power? Or do you feel powerless? Yeah. The Emperor reverse of the Divine Masculine, more Aries. So we're healing our relationship with our Divine Masculine. This is what's happening. So look at father wounds. How do you relate to authority? How do you relate to having to apply, for example, boundaries? How do you lead your life? Wheel of Fortune, Aquarius, from what perspective are you leading your life? The Chariot with the Prince of Cups reverse. We want to pay attention to maybe some immaturity. There might be a disconnection when it comes to your intuition too. What needs to be experienced through you when it comes to your emotions? Are you suppressing? What are you suppressing? And this is also about receptivity. Are you receptive? Because the water speaks of receptivity. And you can see here the water behind the Chariot. And so there's some imbalances when it comes to receiving. And the Wheel of Fortune here with Aquarius, this can be symbolic of there's a cycle that we have to sit with, and it might trigger a lot of uncertainty, discomfort, but it's meant to trigger growth and expansion because that's Jupiter. The Emperor and Mars. This is another, what we refer as awakening. There are things in our life that we have to review. And it got to do with giving and receiving. It got to do with understanding cycles too. Sometimes we want to control, force things. And so the Chariot is going to ask you, when you are making choices and decisions, what is the driving force behind? What are the emotions? Is it fear? Is it scarcity? Is it feeling overwhelmed? Is it that fear? Jupiter in Aquarius says, instead of forcing, ask yourself what is no longer working and what needs to be changed. Where do you need to seek expansion? Let's say that you're trying to create a business. Let's say that you're trying to ground something within the physical. All right, we need to go into details. Do I have the details? Right? Aries and the Emperor is going to say also, have you been trying to show up differently? Like, have you been acting on integrity? And so I feel like this eclipse is coming to shake off anything that has been hidden within our waters, a stagnant fix. And it's meant to trigger us into, ooh, there's something here. So this energy brings an opportunity in order for us to really sit with the discomfort, to ask ourselves, what's my relationship with uncertainty? And what cycle of my spiritual journey am I going through, right? Where I'm at? And how can I move forward? And do I have the correct view? Do I have the correct perspective? And so here we review intuition. Okay, where am I being guided to go? And am I following through my commitments? How are these two energies interacting, intuition and intellect, right? So that I can ground myself and make choices and decisions in accordance with, let's say, the divine plan. All right, I don't want to make this really the sun. I don't want to make this so long. Oh my goodness. Because because I know that this energy is intense. I feel it in my solar plexus. More Jupiter and Leo and the full reverse. Some of you need to review, are you committed, right? Where in your life you have to like stand up and make decisions. What are the things in your life that needs attention? And how do I feel about it? I feel that before also making these choices and decisions, you're going to have to go into a place of honesty. Like, what is being revealed? How do I really feel about the situation? Not in the mind, Aquarius, I'm intellectualizing this. This is like the bigger picture. Like, how do I really feel about where I'm finding myself within this cycle? Because Jupiter is calling us into accountability. Jupiter brings blessings, but it's not just about wealth and prosperity that's just gonna show up and it's gonna fall on your lap. You're gonna have to put the work. And sometimes the revelation is that you need a new strategy. Sometimes the revelation is that you have been taking action from a let's say wrong perspective, right? It's okay to accept that sometimes. Okay, maybe I was wrong. Jupiter bring blessings of revelations of truth, man. Sometimes it's just like, okay, things are not working this way. You need to expand. You need to seek, look for the correct and proper information, right? Yeah, this eclipse is definitely coming to bring awareness. Is in a feel like it's meant to reset the nervous system, and and if you use it and you go inward and if you really allow yourself to feel through it, you can say, well, how do I truly feel? And if you need a good cry, give yourself the freedom, the grace, go through it and witness your mind and what's being revealed to you. Because let's say that you have been taking action from self-doubt, doubting yourself. Okay, well, self-doubt is giving you a message, right? It's not bad, only if you make it bad. Self-doubt is saying, hey, there's needs to be improvement. Maybe we just need help. And that's right there, Jupiter. All right, you guys, I love you so very much. I'm going through it with you guys. Everybody's feeling this. Even people who they had no idea about spirituality or none of that. People are going through it. And so have grace. The future is nowhere. All we have is right here today. So what are you going to do today? What matters? Journaling, breathing exercises, meditation. Speak to those you trust. Surround yourself with, gentle people. And have patience. All right, you guys, may you be blessed on your journey.